Good morning and welcome to Bay Sunday. I'm your host, Sue Kwan. Now today, family is the unifying theme as one of our guests discusses the subject of a book which is all about family practices. And we'll chat with an author who documents her family's journey dating back to the late 19th century. And we have the Grammy-nominated band Trout Fishing in America, who are redefining the definition of a children's book. But first up, a man who's part of our family with Southern charm, signature hair, and an unforgettable voice. Let's take a listen.
I was born in Hardtown, Mississippi, surrounded by four walls and lay so pretty. His parents give him love and affection to keep him strong, moving in the right direction, living just enough for the city.
Our first guest is none other than Taylor Hicks, winner of Season 5 of American Idol. He's taking his Broadway role of Teen Angel in Greece on a national tour. Here in San Francisco, please welcome Taylor Hicks. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks,
you were watching yourself there. What were you thinking? What was going on in your little noggin there?
Well, I was hoping that I wouldn't fall over at that point in time. It was a big stage, so I was definitely having fun.
Yeah, and you know, you are a stage presence, not just this amazing singer, but you are an entertainer, so it makes sense to me that you would do a show. What's the, you know, before we get into it, let's stop and go ahead and take a look at the clip of you in Greece.
Okay.
So what's that like?
Fun.
Yeah,
I never thought in a million years that I would actually grace a Broadway stage, you know. But I think it's the perfect fit. The more that I perform on that stage, the more that I think that you know, being in a live theater audience and a live audience itself is, you know, it fits me as who I am as an entertainer. So.
Mm-hmm. And what is the difference between the show that was in New York and the show that's here? I know that there are some production differences.
Well, you know, some of the actors and actresses are different, but you know, the play is basically the same, off Broadway and on Broadway. The show has the songs from the movie and the songs from the actual musical in which the play is based upon, which I think is just kind of a great way of you know, adding old and new together to make one. And
you know, you talk about, everything I read about you is about this kind of way that you've been able to get a fan base that not only follows you to the stage, but buys your CDs, watches you. What do you think that is? Why the Soul Patrol? Why have they followed you for this long?
Well, I think it's just, I think it's a culmination of a lot of years of practice and hard work, I would like to think. You know, getting to that point, having that break, and then being able to work that break. And I think the main thing is touring. You know, if you look at any great body of work by any great entertainer, that you'll always see that taking their show to the people and being on the road is the common thread of all of them. Mm-hmm. So for me, you know, touring, you know, extensively is, you know, it's, you can come to a particular city, you're going to have fans.
Okay, I'm not getting fresh. I'm just going to move your mic up because we're scratching a little bit. Okay. There we go. So within this, what is next for you? I mean, it seems like you've done and succeeded at so many different venues or platforms, as we call it.
Well, you know, I think for right now, you know, I need to stick with music. You know, I think music should be the common thread. Mm-hmm. Maybe at some point with the right role and acting, you know, possibility could come.
That's what I was going to ask you, you know, because you have such a great presence. Is that something you'll try?
I think sooner or later, yes. Mm-hmm. But, you know, learning the role on Broadway and having the role of, you know, Teen Angel in Greece is it's kind of an introduction to, you know, understanding, you know, theater and acting.
Mm-hmm. And what is the biggest challenge, something that is new to you? Because you don't seem bored to me, and people get bored if they're doing the same thing and they're not excited and not challenged.
Well, I think this particular reinvention of my career at this point in time is, definitely, you know, a thrill. You know, I was such a musician and hardcore, you know, club performer and you know, musician, artist, songwriter. This particular reinvention, it's, you know, I haven't been doing Broadway theater but about, you know, 7 months now, so I think it's still new and exciting, so I'd like to keep it that way.
And you said, you explained something to me earlier that I didn't know about. The cone is when the curtain opens and you can see who's there. Every night, what goes through your mind when you see that?
Well, you know, I'm blessed to be able to have the opportunity to perform and be a working entertainer. Mm-hmm. I know what it's like to not work as an entertainer. So I think that's a big, you know, a key for being a performer is understanding what it's like when you're not able to.
And I know you're an amazing performer with the harmonica, so I'm going to have you play us out a little bit, and my voice will come under, and I'll tell people about your CD.
Do it.
Okay? Taylor Hicks certified platinum CD, The Distance, is now available in stores and online through Taylor's own label, Modern Womp Records.